when you go through difficult things, it's not the same to pick up a camera. It's not the same to post your art. It changes you. You can't solve burnout by burning yourself out more. Like, you have to find your first love. I have been wanting to make a podcast for at least like a century now, maybe even like an eon. And it is time. It is time. And I think that just saying that feels really good, because for so long I have just sat on ideas and let time just pass me by because of life, because of my circumstances, because of fear. And a lot of those things are valid, like the whole life things and situations you can't control and having to recover from those. But it puts you in such like a corner and a funk where you just begin to like overthink everything and just think, here's my ideas, they live in my head. Have you ever just gotten so sick of yourself? Because that is how I've started to feel lately. I'm just sick of myself. I feel like my ideas are meant to be outside of myself. They're meant to be shared with the world, whether it's a painting, I did this, or whether it's a podcast. I have been wanting to start a podcast for years, probably like 3 or 4, if not 5, and I've just wanted to talk about simple things, and I want it to be called The Living Room Podcast. So hi, welcome to The Living Room Podcast. My name is Hannah. I am your host, and this is just a place where we talk about film, we talk about art, we talk about entrepreneurship, or we talk about faith, talk about mental health, just like things you would talk about in your living room. Me doing the Gen Z like hand clap thing. I'm a Gen-lennial. I think I lean more millennial than Gen Z, but I still have some Gen Z humor, so you'll see both. But I guess in this first episode, I want to talk about something that's been on my mind lately, and that has been Casey Neistat. I love Casey Neistat. I've loved him forever. A little bit about me, I have loved YouTube since it started. YouTube literally raised me. So of course I love Casey Neistat, and before I hop into today's topic, I wanted to talk about a little bit of my journey of recovering from burnout and just being fed up with myself, and which is the reason I'm doing this today. I just think I'm ready to not listen to fear anymore and to kick fear in the butt. And I went through some very, very difficult, painful things last year. One of them included losing a very close friend to suicide, which broke my heart. And when you go through difficult things, it's not the same to pick up a camera. It's not the same to go about your day and post your art. It's like something, it changes you. Like, I am not the same person this year that has healed through those things and lived through those things. And there's still that part of me that misses my first love, which has always been YouTube and painting and drawing. And I remember I got so sad and depressed last year just by my circumstances that I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it in the same capacity anymore. It just was not the same. And it was hard. And literally the videos I posted this time last year, I had panic attacks after I pressed upload. Like, that's vulnerable. That's a vulnerable thing. But I do believe burnout, you can't solve burnout by burning yourself out more. Like, you have to find your first love. And that is what I kind of got inspired to talk about today, and why you guys are here on my very first podcast ever. Welcome to Living Room Podcast. My name is Hannah. I am your host, and I've been watching a lot of Casey Neistat lately. Casey is OG YouTuber, OG vlogger. I have loved him always. And something I found interesting was that I've been binging his vlogs lately and finding that they've been helping me kind of reconnect with that same concept of finding your first love, and finding your first love in YouTube again, like getting back to the roots. Because I feel like in life we get so off track, and like society just derails us, or whatever you want to blame. I'm just going to say society for now, which you could divulge into so many other pathways from that conversation. But it puts, even YouTube, the YouTube sphere has changed so much. I work in the YouTube sphere. I work for big content creators, big YouTubers, and my dream is to do it myself. That is something I'm slowly building up that love for again, in a healthy way, not a burnout way. And I think Casey he never adhered to whatever YouTube evolved into. He always stayed true to who he was. He literally calls his vlogs movies, and that just like delighted me to see that he still does that. Music to my ears, and it reminded me of why I fell in love with YouTube in the first place, which was I wanted to make movies. I wanted to take my life, take art, and make it into something beautiful. And I love that. I love that. And I forgot I loved that. It's not like I forgot. It was more like it became too painful to do anymore, which is a whole thing. And I'm sure some of you guys can relate to that in other ways, like burning out of X, Y, or Z. But I've been reading a book lately called We Need Your Art by Allie McNee. Love her. Shout out. Gen Z clap approved. This is not going to be a thing I do in my podcast, by the way. She has some chapters on how to recover from burnout and perfectionism. And I think perfectionism is really what got me. And I think it's like multifaceted. But her advice in her book to start with like small things and to do small art on a small scale, even if it's like shitty. She doesn't mean shitty in like your art is actually shit. She means shitty in a way where it's like not perfect. But you're proud that you're doing it anyways, even if it's not perfect, even if it's not to the standard of whatever your head is telling you, like, it's not good enough. Like, who cares? Just do it because you love it. Do it because you love it. That is what this is about. That is what my first podcast is about. Do it because you love it. Casey Neistat has been a reminder of that. And I just want to embody that again. And I figured a way to start simple would be do the freaking podcast that I've been wanting to do for so long. Like, why not just talk about art? I plan on having guests on this show, and I literally have a list already. I have a list from years back, and for now, I just want to talk about some of the art that I've been loving and why, and I want you guys to kind of get to know me. So if you enjoyed this short podcast, I'm going to let it happen organically. So follow for more and stay tuned. But I hope you guys like this, enjoy this, and let's talk more. Okay, love you, bye. I'm so far away, I can't do the thing.